Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Shama channel. The last time this season, 2-2 Inter away to Hellas Verona. My prediction was a 2-1 victory, but it wasn't to be. We finished the season with a draw. I thought we won it at the end. I thought Alexis won it at the end with that beautiful chip, but it wasn't to be. That would have been a perfect send-off for Alexis as well. So it was a shame that he was just offside. But we'll talk about everything in the coming weeks and days, season review and all that. But, 16 people in the house. Make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let me know. What do you feel? This is the fun. What a season, guys. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise because of the Champions League and maybe we didn't win anything else. This was a fantastic season. 94 points, 89 goals scored, 22 goals against. This is breathtaking season. No one gets anywhere near. Look at that goal difference, 67 goal difference. It's unreal. Only 2 losses. Bloody Sassuolo. And yeah, they got relegated. Again, I keep reiterating, I don't seem to have as much of a problem with Sassuolo as a lot of Interisti seem to do, but happy for you guys, all the Sassuolo haters. And they've been relegated for a couple of match days now officially. So, and yeah, my goodness, Empoli saving this ass right on the last moment. Davide Nicola, guys, has done it once again. The relegation specialist, the relegation voodoo champion, Davide Nicola, did it with Salernitana and now has done it once again with Empoli. It wasn't maybe as much of a miracle with Empoli this time around because he didn't take them over when they were in the pits. They were obviously in the relegation zone, but Salernitana were dead and gone pretty much. Empoli were just hovering around there and thereabouts, and it was a crazy end to the season. Hellas Verona, actually, the team we played today, these are the teams that this is the team that I wanted to get relegated because of their fan base. I don't want to get into it too much, but you can research it. They're an awful fan base. Not all of them, but there's a select few, as with all fan bases, but theirs is pretty bad. Cagliari was nice to see stay up just because of Ranieri. I'm not a big fan of their fan base as well, but Claudio Ranieri, what a man, what a gentleman. So it was nice to see them stay up. And then Empoli just relegates Frosinone on the last match day. Di Francesco was doing a good job first half of the season, really good, and then second half they completely dropped off. But fair play to Frosinone, they stuck with Di Francesco for the whole season. They could have fired him, tried to get that new manager bounce, but they gave him the whole season, but it wasn't to be. And then Udinese, they literally just sleepwalked to safety today. They just crawled. They just have some sort of voodoo juju that just doesn't let them get relegated now. To be honest, they probably deserve to go down this year. They've added nothing to this campionato, to this season, and they've been very. I don't remember anything from Udinese really, apart from some nice Samardzic goals, Lorenzo Lucca goals up front. Nothing. But yeah, this is another side of Serie A that's also always keeps things interesting. So congrats to Empoli and Davide Nicola. And yeah, on the other side of things, Roma could have potentially ended up. I made in my short video when I was reacting to the Atalanta win against Leverkusen, I said that I jumped the gun. I said Italy will have 6 teams in the Champions League, but that was only if Atalanta would have lost today or would have finished in 5th. But they didn't get the memo. Atalanta, they didn't do the biscotto, as they call it in Italian, where they could have just for the sake of Italian football, Gasperini and his boys could have just said okay, we'll let Torino win today. But no, Scamacca still had to bang a goal in. Lukman still had to bang his goal in. Finish 4th. Fair play to them. Ending the season very strong. I thought they were going to lose. I mean, you go after a Europa League final, you win it in that fashion. Even on the live stream, you could hear Scamacca speaking about, do we still have another game to play in Serie A? And pass me the beer. I just thought, these guys are going to be hungover, but no. But yeah, I'm sure Roma fans are furious. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we knew the predicted lineups. You saw that there wasn't going to be anything near the C team. It was kind of a little bit of a B team, which was at least that's about as good as it'll get with Inzaghi. But yeah, I am disappointed that we didn't get to see mainly the Primavera guys. I don't really want to see Claassen, Sensi, these types of guys, and Cuadrado as well. Even though he did play today, like these guys are not going to be here next season. They were just bit part players anyway. I don't really care about, maybe for a send off type of thing, but I would rather look towards the future. But Inzaghi really, no. Yeah, exactly. Di Francesco, a season of two halves for sure for them. But for us, it's not like we can say they had the squad really that we can expect Di Francesco to let them stay. There are a lot of loanees from like Juve and other teams. But he should have, like, in the position that they got in the first half of the season, he should have kept them up. So yeah, we keep saying it though, Palm, but I don't know. We keep saying, oh, this is the last Serie A job for Di Francesco. This is the last Serie A job for Di Francesco. Well, actually got them promoted this time, so he deserved it. But surely this is the last Serie A job for Di Francesco. Gab, what's up? Such a great season overall. Now another strong off season. Get us ready to go even better next season. 100%, bro. It's going to be a very, very interesting off season for sure, which has already started well with Zielinski and Taremi. Yeah, Di Gennaro. By the way, he's man of the match. Before we get into the match, Di Gennaro is getting man of the match today. I don't care what you guys say. Di Gennaro, man of the match, got his first appearance of the season. It was literally the same as, if you guys remember last season, Cordaz. Last game of the season, we were playing against Torino away, and Cordaz came on, and it was the same. If you remember, guys, he came on and he made like 2 or 3 massive saves. And Di Gennaro today, same exact thing. He made a couple of big saves actually, which was nice to see. And yeah, that's why he was a quality goalkeeper in like the lower leagues of Italian football. So it's nice to see that, even if it ever came down to our third goalkeeper can step up too. Oh yeah, that'll be amazing to see Ranieri coaching India. Imagine. Hey Eduardito, thank you very much for the donation. Last donation of the season. Thanks for everything. That farewell from Zhang speaks volumes of what interculture really is. A family, yes. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I posted it on my community tab, and I'm sure lots of Inter fans posted it on theirs. He had a farewell letter, Steven Zhang, which was very well received. It made me shed a tear, to be honest. Spoke a very heartfelt, emotional letter. And then today, the Curva Nord away at the HELLAS Verona Stadium put up a little banner for him as well, saying, "Thank you, President Zhang. Milano will always be your home." And then he also reposted that on his Instagram, saying, I see everything and appreciate it, with a little love heart emoji. So yeah, and then also in the pre-game, as Eduardo says, one big family Inter. This is what Marotta had to say on that front. On behalf of the entire Inter family, I thank the Zhang family for the 7 trophies, for the money spent. Again, I have to reiterate, all in all, we're talking about close to €1 billion spent at Inter. You cannot say that they didn't spend money. I've already spoken with the leaders of the Oak Tree Fund. We are very calm, and I want to provide peace of mind to everyone. The ideas are very clear. It's not a hit and run fund. It's a bit of a weird translation. They want to plan, give continuity, sustainability, and above all, respect the history of this glorious club. The management has already, been confirmed. So so Marotta, Ausilio, Baccin, etc., Antonello, confirmed, which is really, really good news. We can continue to aspire to consistently important results. So again, thank you, Mr. Zhang, Stevie the Rebel. But yeah, let's see what Oak Tree are cooking up for us in the next however long they will be doing this. And thank you again, Eduardo. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you for your support, not just this season, but overall. These last how long have you been watching this channel? 3, 4, 5 seasons. Thank you very much, man. I mean, yeah, we're definitely waving. Well, definitely, I don't know about Alexis, but probably most likely Alexis, definitely Sensi. We don't know about Dumfries, but maybe. Definitely Klaassen, definitely Cuadrado, and Lautaro. We have to see about that one. We have to see about that one. So happy for Empoli, a win with the Lion in cage goal at the end. It would have been a perfect end to the season, but let's not be greedy. I can't wait for the new season. Yeah. It's we're already looking forward to the next season, which is always a really good sign. I mean, we're already looking forward for a few weeks, haven't we, guys? The season's now just been dragging on. Yeah, it would have been a really good send off for Alexis. Thank you, Mattia, for reminding the people. And good to see you, Mattia, by the way. Hope you're doing well. To hit that like button. Thank you very much. And thank you, Mattia, for being channel moderator and just helping, coming on the channel whenever you're needed, and managing things in the chat and reminding the people always about liking that button. Zanetti. Oh, there's Roger Deep asked something about Zanetti. No, I haven't heard that rumor. It's very unlikely. I mean, Oak Tree, as a again, you got to think these guys are going to be very cold blood American / Canadian trust fund, investment fund. Like, they're going to think very, very cold. There's going to be probably, and even the rumors about Marotta being president, I think it's unlikely. They'll probably pick their own guy, like their own an Oak Tree man, an Oak Tree person or woman to lead the things, like someone from their own organization. And I actually, even thinking about it, I would rather Marotta just focus. I mean, once you become president, you have to focus on other things too, outside of football. Whereas, now he's CEO of the sporting side. So let's keep Marotta focused on the footballing side of things. Let's not let him get, too busy with other things as well. Before the season, everyone predicted Frosinone to finish that last. They're still better. Yeah, exactly. Their squad, it was what it was. But, once you put, it's similar to how Inter put themselves in, in the past with Inzaghi in the first season. Once you put yourself in that driving seat, yeah, maybe not people, maybe we didn't predict that, but once you put yourself in that situation, you need to just try to remain there. And Akidze 91, thank you very much, brother. You haven't even said anything. Please say something, especially if you're donating something. I would like to highlight your comment, but thank you very much. Really, really appreciate that. Might not happen by hashtag Marotta for president. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see it, but as I said, I was thinking about it, like, outside of how well Marotta's done for us, but being a president comes with other things to deal with as well. And he has, as I said, he's almost been like a president anyway over the last few years. So in the absence of Zhang, but it does come with other admin like duties and things to take care of outside of football, whereas I'd rather just have him focused on the footballing side of things. Are you able to aim to get 10 subscribers next season? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the growth of my channel. I'll probably get about 1.5, around 1.5k subscribers per season. So maybe, yeah, I'll need to get a boost to get to the 10, because I'm on 8.1. But yeah, that's the goal, trying to get to 10k for sure. We need, yeah, for sure. Don't worry, Eduardo. We'll be doing full season review, player ratings, all that kind of stuff, and then the new players coming in, Taremi and Zielinski, the 2 scout reports, other type of content, goal of the season, and Serie A as well, Serie A team of the season. So yeah, don't worry, there's going to be plenty of content coming, and I have no holidays planned anytime soon at the moment. So you guys are in good hands if you're looking for content. Nice, thank you very much, brother. Tommy, how are you doing, bro? I actually thought I thought they were going to stay up as well, to be honest, but in the end, no. My final grades for Serie A, Big 7, Serie A, Inter 8, Juve 6.5, Milan 6. I mean, I think Milan 6 was quite harsh. They finished second and they improved. I think points-wise, they improved on last season as well. I don't think there's much. I think it's because, it's comparison is a thief of joy. And when you're like, cross-city rival is winning the Scudetto so easily in your face, I guess that makes sense. But if you look at it on a very cold-blooded level, second in the league, improved on the points from last season. Financially, they're looking really, really good as well. They can probably spend actually quite good amount of money this summer, Milan. Probably Champions League group stage out. That's probably the big minus point. But when you have a season like this, it's like us. In the league last year, it was because we performed so badly. Like we had like 12 losses in the league last year, which was just embarrassing. But when Napoli, even if we had like 3 or 4 losses, but when Napoli does a season like that, there's not much you can do. And this is us this year. Inter, even if Milan had a season of 90 points, there's only so much. They still would have finished second, if you know what I mean. We're up to 8.16. Nice. Another great year of coverage. Thanks. Another shift onwards. Thank you, Mamadeo. Amadeo actually was the first ever channel member on the channel like a couple of years ago when I started the channel membership. So we appreciate your support from literally day one of the channel memberships. Amadeo, hope you're doing well, bro. I got here when you were close to 2K. You might have not had holidays, but yeah, that was definitely back in 2K. Did I even meet? Had I even met my wife back then? 2K. That must have been close to when I started the channel. Really, probably around 4 years ago, maybe. But yeah, different times. Arna, the triplete. Yeah, now let's get into the game. I mean, Palm, you asked about, what do we make of the game today? It was definitely vacation type of vibes. Yeah, it was actually quite an entertaining game, though. It felt like one of those preseason friendlies where chances on both ends. And if you missed the game, but if you watched it, you surely noticed. So Federico Di Marco was getting booed very heavily, not like a normal ex-player gets booed, like you just hear like a few boos and moans, because obviously Di Marco did play for Hellas Verona for a year. For one season under Ivan Juric, but that's not why they were booing him. Because they were booing him because of this. Because I found, I was listening to the Italian commentary and then I was confused. I was like, why are they booing him? Like, I'm sure I've watched Hellas Verona Inter games before and I've not heard Di Marco being booed. And then luckily the commentator said it, and it was because of this moment earlier in the season, if you guys remember, when we beat Hellas Verona at home from that Frattesi last minute winner. And when Thomas Henry, their striker, missed that penalty where they could have equalized, right? Or equalized one. Yeah, equalized, I think. And then Di Marco had this like, half a second of a celebration that looked like, it probably was as well, Di Marco does have a bit of that shithousery in him towards Thomas Henry after he missed that penalty. So it seems like the Verona fans still had a grudge with Di Marco. And to be honest, I think Di Marco was affected by these loud boos the whole game. To be honest, Di Marco, I mean, the whole team wasn't particularly great. But Di Marco, I don't think he had a particularly good game at all. And I think he was quite affected by these boos, especially when, we know about his standard. Fantastic 7 out of 8 accurate long balls. But he wasn't quite on it as usual today, Di Marco. He definitely was affected by those. But yeah, bit of a weird game today. And then, as Matthias said, Arnautovic waited the whole season. They wait until match day 38 to bloody wake up and actually, be impactful to this Inter team. Started off the game really well. So their centre-back, Cabal, makes a mistake. Arnautovic takes advantage beautifully. Slots it past their goalkeeper, Perilli, who actually very bad goalkeeping. He should have come out much further out. But yeah, Arnautovic, nice finish with the outside of his boot. And then afterwards he scored again, Arnautovic, and we're all thinking like, where was all this versus Atletico, bro? Where was all this against Atletico? All those chances you missed, and that's the thing with Arnautovic. That's what he's going to be remembered for. I don't know if he's going to stay past this season or not, but Inter fans are going to remember Arnautovic mainly for the Atletico Madrid game, because even though and that's the thing, I know we were talking about it with the Parmeshwar last week when he was on the channel. Even though he did score the winner in that game, so without Arnautovic, we might have finished 0-0. But in the end of the day, we should have been like 2-3-0 up because of Arnautovic. And that's what Inter fans are going to remember him for missing all those chances that could have made life a lot easier in the away game. But today, yeah, nice finishes. Both of the finishes are really nice. The first one, the outside of the boot, and this one, what a world-class ball this was from Barella, who again, even he wasn't really good today, but this ball was amazing. Nice chest down by Frattesi into Arnautovic's path, and then he volleys it first time into the ground, past the goalkeeper. Really, really good finish. Really, really good move. Fantastic. And yeah, this is one of the things that's, I think annoys all Inter fans as well about him. The body language of Arnautovic, just like, droppy and kind of like a 19-year-old guy that's in the first, second season of a professional footballer, whereas this is a seasoned 35-year-old. That's one of the frustrating sides to Arnautovic. But today he was probably, I did say Di Gennaro man of the match, but probably it was either in reality it was either Arnautovic, maybe Frattesi, or man of the match. Outside of the banter, he was good. 2 goals. He had some frustrating moments too, though. He was like, trying to backheel the ball stupidly and lost the ball a few times very stupidly. But then he also had some couple of good link ups. But yeah, and then his tally for the season ends. I did predict it, by the way, right? If you watched the preview, I did predict it. I said that Arnautovic was going to finish this underwhelming season with a goal. Oh my god, I almost dropped a whole glass of water. That would have been a disaster. That would have been an Arnautovic-like disaster. But yeah, 5 goals, 2 assists for 10 million. 7 GA, not good. I was expecting in my match preview, in my scout report, when we signed Arnautovic, I thought that if this guy manages to remain fit, I thought he was going to hit at least double this. I thought he was going to hit like 12 goals, 3 assists, something like that. So nowhere near half of what I expected from Arnautovic. Yeah, not really much disappointment from this season, but yeah, Arnautovic is probably one of the few disappointments from this season. Yeah, but that's always been Arnautovic. He has this kind of, he thinks he's almost like a young Zlatan Ibrahimovic or something. When he came up as well, that was the comparison people used to make, that this is the next Ibrahimovic. When we signed him on loan from FC Twente all those years ago, in 2010, that was his tag, like the new Ibrahimovic. And some things he does, you can see why he was compared like that, his size and his physique, but then he's also really good with the ball. But obviously 1/10, if even 1/20th of the career of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but the same attitude somehow. Yeah, easy 40. Ask away any questions. Every time Arna is with us with the coincidence. That's what I'm saying to Palm. All these Interisti that believe in jinxes and good lucks and all this kind of stuff. But when it comes to Arnautovic, we're talking about a guy, the last time he was here, treble, and the next time he is with us, Scudetto, the 20th Scudetto. So surely, if you believe in jinxes and luck and all this kind of stuff, you got to believe that this guy maybe is a good luck charm for us. Lovely season, 2nd star secured. I think it's time we should aim for the 4th UCL. Yeah, for sure. That should be definitely always the aim of this team, especially now that we're in that regular Champions League talk and regular group stage, getting past the group stage. We should always be and yeah, just like world football at the moment, there's no mad super teams. That's the thing. The level of football these days, like top teams, that's why people say football's falling off. Like there's no when it comes to strikers, like there's no Haaland and Kane put up crazy numbers, but they don't compare to some of the strikers that we watched in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. And there's no like super teams that you just like go on the field and you think like, oh my god, Inter are going to get smashed today. It's we can really play our cards with every single team out there, as we showed against Man City. Because we saw what realistic. No, that's not realistic, unfortunately. He's going to be very expensive from Man City. I think if you sell Lautaro for 100, I think Inter would probably reinvest maximum 50 to 60 probably in that replacement. And then wages and everything. Like, I don't think it's realistic. Worth having a conversation if it's possible. I mean, he's not a starter at Man City, and if he wants to be the main guy somewhere, potentially it's a conversation worth having. But just off the bat, you've asked me, it seems like it might be out of reach, but I don't know what his value really is. But Man City not an easy team to negotiate with because they have very strong financial power. Yeah. At the moment, it doesn't look good, but he has to. We're gonna wait and see. Mattia, I think the ball's in his court. I think Inter made an offer that's very good, 8 million, 9 million. I don't know if they've added bonuses to that, but the reports are saying that Inter are getting close to that 10 million mark. But if he's wanting 12, then enjoy your baguettes in Paris, enjoy your fish and chips in London or Manchester, because you're not going to enjoy the pizzas in Italy anymore because no one's paying you that in Italy for sure. And yeah, of course, Euros content as usual, like I did last Euros. Again, I've been doing this for a while. Maybe people are new to the channel, but when Italy won the Euros, I was doing match reactions after every Italy game. I think after every Italy knockout game. I don't think I was doing all the reaction to like all the group stage games. Actually, I don't remember. I'm definitely was doing live reactions to all the Italy knockout games, and obviously to the final as well. So yeah, definitely. And then like maybe I'll do like preview, general Euros preview as well. Motta looking to join you as a coach. Yeah, I am sad about that, but it was in the cards. It was written in the stars for a while because Giuntoli, the new sporting director at Juve, that's it just made sense. Like a young upcoming coach like Motta, but quite pragmatic. That's what I really like about Motta. Even when he was linked with Inter last year, when Inzaghi was struggling, I was saying that it might be a year too early for Motta, but the signs were already there. Like I was really already a big fan of Motta because he's not just like these new age progressive woo-woo coaches that just talks about attacking football and patterns of play. He's patterns of play, attacking football, but his Bologna team are the second best defense in the league. So it's about style of play, but solidity at the back first as well. Like Italian heritage. From Motta. So I'm sad to see Juve signing him, but I'm sad to see Allegri go. But yeah, it does make for a very interesting Serie A next year for sure. I think Italy can go, quarters, semis, max. But we do have a tough group as well. Croatia, Albania, and Euros groups. Top group. Spain, Croatia, Albania. That's a tough group. So they need to make sure we get past that group stage because we know Croatia always, especially recently, the Croatia don't look as good on paper as they have done in the last few years, but they always seem to still in the international tournaments to just make it work. Although they weren't that good in the last Euros, I remember they got smashed by England. But yeah, returning to the game, sloppy at the back Inter. This first goal we conceded from Bisek and Thuram not combining well, like near kind of in their half. And then Verona countered us very, very quickly, very efficiently. And Tijani Noslin, who's always been good. He's been one of the main reasons why Verona have stayed up because he scored some important goals recently for them. Nice finish past Audero. Not very good defending from Inter. Very exposed at the back. And then here, very, very poor from Barella. Loses the ball in such a silly situation. which we don't see Barella do in a normal, properly intense game. Very poor, but good pressing from Hellas Verona, you can see there. And then Suslov finishes, sorry for the bad screenshot, that's the only one I could find. Good finish, but not very powerful from Suslov. Nicely angled, but I think Audero should have saved that, to be honest. So poor from Inter all round, but specifically poor from Barella and Audero there, in my opinion. And yeah, Hellas Verona go 2-1 up, which was a bit of a shock. And I also got to give a shout out to Baroni, the Hellas Verona coach. He obviously Inzaghi won Coach of the Year, and maybe Thiago Motta deserves a shout for Coach of the Year, but Baroni keeping this Hellas Verona team of like random Football Manager PES guys up, guys that were signed in the January window, and guys that were quite young and like very unproven. He's done really, really good job. One of the most underrated jobs in Europe this year, because he's kept Hellas Verona up very comfortably. While actually, like in the January window, they actually sold more than they bought, which was, it seemed like it was the end for Hellas Verona. Look at like this guy, 21, Mitrovic, Suslov. He's very interesting, by the way. Suslov, even in the first game we played against Hellas Verona, I liked him. Some middle table or higher table Serie A team should be looking at him. This guy I've never seen before. 19 years old, and he was pretty decent as well. Yeah, just like some random players. This guy I also like as well. He wasn't that good today, but I liked him when we played him last time. Coppola was already part of the team, young Italian. Cabal, how old is he? 23, Colombian. Yeah, like random ass players, not much of a like Italian core either. Like, a lot of foreigners, and what's the common language? Probably a lot of English here, but somehow Baroni made it work. So very, very underrated job. Motta's definitely not into legend. Yeah, he was not into legend anyway. I've been on this vibe for a while, not just because now he signed for Juve. The guy played for Inter just for 2 seasons, so already on that. Legend to me is someone that played at least a little bit longer than that, and then he left Inter. Literally, just as things started to go bad, just as we were starting to hit the banter era, this guy was like, "Get me out of here." Went to PSG, first offer. So he's part of a legendary Inter team. Thiago Motta, he was part of the legendary treble team, so he's part of a legendary team and achievement for Inter. But he was never an Inter legend, and that's not an opinion that I form now because he's signing for Juventus. He's not an Inter legend. He's just, important part of Inter's history and an important part of that Inter treble win, but not a legend. Conte, oh my God, Conte and Aurelio De Laurentiis, that is going to be so interesting as a, content creator or just like, football fan, Serie A fan. Like, that's going to be so interesting to watch. It's going to be sparks flying, or maybe it's a marriage made in heaven. I don't know how the hell that's going to work, but it looks like it's happening, and it's good for Serie A. That's going to make another very, very competitive Serie A. Whenever Conte is somewhere, it's going to be, outside of Spurs, that this guy is going to at least try to challenge for the Scudetto. So it's a job that's ready made for him. Like, it's very similar to the Chelsea team he took over. Remember, like Mourinho won the title with Chelsea, and then the team just collapsed in the second. I think even Chelsea, I think they might have finished like 9th, 10th, or 11th even that year when Mourinho was sacked, and then Conte came in and then won it reminds me of that type of vibe. And Napoli also have some financial, they won't obviously bankroll him like we did and Suning at the beginning, but they've got some money to play with, the Napoli, because they've been very financially stable over the last few years. So they've put themselves, even without Champions League football, they're in a situation where they can, bring in players, and they've also got players to sell. If they sell Osimhen, they're going to have a lot of money to play with. Oh, Inzaghi just spoke on the Zhang, had a great relationship with the Zhang family and with Steven above all. He knows the affection I feel for him. Now there's new ownership. I will meet them on Tuesday. Nice. That is very important. Inzaghi's new contract needs to be signed, sealed, and delivered. And hopefully, all the plans clarified with him. That's very important. But yeah, we know Inzaghi posted, well, he doesn't have his own Instagram, Inzaghi, his wife does, but via his wife's Instagram, he posted a message to Zhang as well, because it was signed SI, so Simone Inzaghi. So we know that, and he's spoken about it in the past that he spoke to Zhang quite regularly. I don't know which language is spoken, because as far as I know, Inzaghi doesn't speak English, but they did used to. He said he always used to say that they speak on a regular basis. Make for play for Thuram, especially with Zielinski coming. Yeah, well, that's a different role, brother. Thuram is a box-to-box midfielder, ball carrier. With Zielinski and Frattesi, we've already got two with the same type of profile. So as much as Thuram is a nice, we're talking about obviously not Marcus, his brother, his younger brother at Nice. I don't think that's profile we need. And now, how much money are you even going to get from Aslani? Even it's not like he's got very high value in the market. What else is there to talk about? Yeah, we've talked about all this. Oh yeah, well we've talked about this as well. My man of the match, Di Gennaro, was nice to see him get his only appearance of the season. Coming in for Aldero. Oh yeah, Hakan almost scored a banger. It literally almost exactly the same as the goal he scored. If you guys remember the banger that he scored last year at Hellas Verona, which was a bit further out, a bit more central, but it really reminded me of that, the way he hit it as well, and then the keeper saved it, and he had the same type of dip, but it wasn't to be. But it almost, I gasped when he did that. Pan English, I enter. Nima said, yeah, 100%. Thank you, Mattia, as always. Yeah, this is the Di Gennaro save that I was talking about. I'm happy for him. And Frattesi today, oh my goodness, Frattesi. How many shots did he have, Frattesi? Let's have a look. This guy, I mean, we always joke about it, that this guy maybe should convert himself into midfielder. 5 shots he had today. Oh my goodness. I promise I did not look at this just to, do a fake reaction on live stream. He once again put up a 58% pass accuracy performance. God's sake. Oh, the Frattesi chaos ball in midfield. But I thought he was actually really good though today. But yeah, he still needs to just learn to keep it neat and tidy and just keep the ball going, like Mkhitaryan and Barella do. But I guess it's just not part of his game. But outside of that, 4 out of 4 shots on target, 3 big chances missed. Yeah, he should have probably scored at least 1 or 2 goals today. Maybe even had a hat trick, to be honest. 2 out of 2 tackles won, 6 defensive actions. But yeah, and this one here, he was so unlucky. It kind of tipped the ball over the keeper, comes off the post, and the guy almost kicks into his own goal. The defender hits the crossbar, comes back out, and then he had other few chances. He had a header. He had another little chip over the keeper that didn't quite work. I thought it was a good performance from Frattesi, playing the full 90, but he's still, technically, we're talking about a 24-year-old going to be 25. Is he going to make that improvement technically? I don't know. But you can see why, Spalletti's taking him to even though he's barely put 1,500 minutes to the season, he's been mainly a sub for Inter. You can see why Spalletti's taking him to the Euros, because a guy that can generate goal-scoring chances like this, his just ability to sniff out chances and score goals is amazing. And today he got an assist as well, which was really nice. Hakan was a bit of up and down. He seemed to be a bit off it, but then he improved in the second half. He even played as a mezzala today, because when Aslani came on and he moved back into his old role, the role that he played for us when he first moved to Inter. And this guy was busy. He was a busy bee today. not again, we know about him. He's not technically the cleanest guy and most aesthetically pleasing guy, but he gets stuck in. Jesus Christ, 16 duels won. Oh my goodness. I was saying it's a busy bee. I didn't know it was this busy. 16 duels won and only 3 lost. That is crazy. 7 out of 9 on the ground and 9 out of 10 on the aerial. Like, this guy is an absolute beast. And he almost had an assist for himself as well. Yeah, I was talking about that Frattesi chance. Thuram was also similar as everyone, like some really nice moments, but then like some moments where you think like, yeah, this guy's just looking forward to his holidays. Like, these guys are gonna go to the most lavish holiday destinations, like I don't know, somewhere, you know, whether you rent yachts in south of Spain, Saint-Tropez, or, you know, Miami, Maldives, and all these types of places. And they're probably half their brain is already there. We'll pray for this. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's something that needs to be tested out, to be honest. I almost forgot about this game until I saw it in the group chat. That is awful, King Daria. Nah, I'm joking. It's been that type of season for the last few weeks. It's just like, oh shit, Inter are playing again, are they? Yeah, no worries. As I said, I'm judging. My judgment of Frattesi begins from next season. I'm gonna judge him so harshly from next year because I gave him this year. Let him have this 1 year of bedding in, learning from Mkhitaryan, Barella, Hakan, learning from Inzaghi, the coaching staff. First big club coming from Sassuolo. But next season, I'm judging. I'm going to be there with my lens, the Hawkeye, and I'm going to judge him very harshly. But if he puts up this type of GA, even if he puts up 59% pass accuracy, there's not much you can say either, is there? What's the view of my Buchanan? I'm just confused as why Inzaghi only really sees him as a left wing back, to be honest. Because I thought the whole point of him was Cuadrado got a serious injury in the middle of the season. Marotta said, we need to replace Cuadrado. We signed this guy, supposed to be a right wing back. Yes, he can play on the left wing back too, but Inzaghi only plays him as a left wing back. So a little bit confusing. And but I knew that he wasn't going to get much playing time. So again, similar to Frattesi, my judgment for Buchanan begins next season, not this season. But, you know, he has a bit of pace and a bit of, you know, dribbling, but we haven't really seen much of him. It's hard to judge someone when he only gets, you know, 10, 15 minutes at the end of a game. Or I think for Inter next season, at the moment, Paki, we're still the favorites. I think I would say Inter, you know, we're adding Taremi and Zielinski to this already amazing team. So even if we go in as is with only Taremi and Zielinski, with Inzaghi, with the exact same team, we go in as favorites again. But, you know, we know the summer it doesn't always work like that. And, you know, with the Lautaro stuff going on, Thuram's release clause, you never know what's going to happen. But as things stand right now, I feel very confident about going into next season. And what else do we have here? Oh, yeah, that's the chance I was talking about. Yeah, this is this. I forgot. I took the screenshot. So Carlos Augusto doing a nice run inside, passes it to Frattesi, who tries to dink it over the goalkeeper, but wasn't to be. But yeah, Frattesi ends the season on what? 8 goals, 7 assists, which is a fantastic out of this world season, to be honest, in terms of goal contribution. Eye test wise, yeah, he hasn't passed the test eye test wise this year, but goals wise, goal contributions wise, a goal and an assist every 100 and this hasn't updated yet, so it should be 8 goals and 7 assists now. But yeah, so now we add so we add another 90 minutes on top of this. But yeah, so let's say 1465 plus 90 equals 1555. We do 1555 divided by, what are we looking at? 8, 14, 15. Yeah, so goal or an assist every 103, 104 minutes. Really, really good average. But yeah, we definitely need to see the next level from Frattesi. But yeah, goal assist per minute is just unreal. I mean, strikers wise, if you know, I don't think even Thuram put up those types of numbers. I mean, Thuram would have been happy to put up something like that. I think Lautaro just about put up similar numbers to that. So, you know, like a lot of strikers would be over the moon with that type of contribution per minute. But yeah, that's about it, guys, for me today. Short one, not much to really talk about. The game was, you know, fun to watch, but dead rubber game. Yeah, interesting summer ahead of us. Lots of things to discuss. Yeah, we'll have to see, but I doubt it would be both. It would just, if it is, it will be one of them. But yeah, I'm still kind of, you know, I guess I always say that, but I'm always pretty confident when it comes to contract renewals. But you know, if it doesn't happen, but on this one, I think I've seen a change with Inter fans. I think we've learned now from the Skriniar, Perisic, you know, all this kind of different negotiations over the year. We've learned, and I see Inter fans are actually surprisingly quite not even too sad about, like with Lautaro, like asking 12 million. Everyone's like, okay, you can go then. Because I thought this season people would have built up even more of a love for him with the season he's had, the MVP, he's the captain. But actually, it seems like this is the season where people are like, okay, I think you've given us the best you can possibly give us. So yeah, see you wherever, Lautaro. Thank you for everything. But yeah, thank you guys for a great season. It's been, you know, definitely my favorite, you know, season covering on this channel. Of course, last year was nice doing the Champions League final, but actually winning the Scudetto, celebrating it properly with you guys. You know, the Conte season was the, you know, the COVID stuff going on. So this is like probably the most enjoyable season together. Just, you know, vibing, enjoying beautiful football, limone ball, demone ball, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful. So thank you everyone for this whole season. I really, really do appreciate you guys for the support. Yeah, we also have the, you know, some question marks about the new ownership, but I'm also quite positive about that for the moment until, you know, they give us a reason not to, because I feel like we've kind of been running with Oak Tree the last 3 years anyway. So I think things will continue running as they have been. Yeah, it was a nice way also for him to get that goal right, Gianluca. Brick freeze. Oh yes, sorry, I said I wouldn't call brick freeze. We'll call him brick freeze anymore until next season because of what he did to Teo with that banner. With that 8-season goal list is paying no one, 100%. And don't forget, it was Interstellar. It was, guys, mission second star. This is what we called it, what we announced it at the beginning of the season, and it was. I need to actually put it up here somewhere. Look, I'm gonna put like an Inter kit here, and then this, and then maybe something else here. So like 3 things. I think that will look nice. So like 1, 2, 3, and that will cover it nicely. Yeah, the next live stream will be the player ratings and season review stream for sure. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the season. I did, and thank you for all the support. See you next season, but sorry, see you in the next coming days and weeks for all the content that's coming up. Continue enjoying that second star. Ciao ragazzi, always, Forza Inter.